Hey, Tom Poole here from VBO Nation, and I am really excited to be bringing you our most recent edition of the hottest high-paying work-from-home opportunities for 2019. Before we jump right in, I want to talk a little bit about what these opportunities are and what they can do for you, basically. Every one of these is a real opportunity that we've researched that is in high demand. All of these opportunities can be done from your home. And what's interesting is for many of these, there is free training available. And then at the end of this video is a bonus link for a in-depth report. But with no further ado, let's just jump right into these. The first one is an email copywriter. This is somebody who can write high converting, compelling copy for outbound emails. Now, for B2B or business to business companies, email marketing is probably the highest ROI marketing method they can use. And so virtually every business to business company needs an email copywriter. And quite frankly, not very many of them are good at it. So the other advantage here is the cost to get started is almost nothing. And finding your prospects is actually very, very straightforward. Skills that you'll need, well, for one, you'll want a good working knowledge of the English language. Number two is you'll want to understand high converting copy and copywriting. Number three, you'll want to understand marketing. And number four, you'll want to understand conversion metrics. What we're seeing in the marketplace today for email copywriters is the range of pay is between $25 and $125 per hour, and the average is right in the $50 to $80 range. Lead Pages. Lead Pages is a SaaS or software as a service platform for creating landing pages. There are currently about 40,000 companies that are paying customers of Lead Pages. And quite frankly, there is a lot of functionality within Lead Pages that companies don't know how to do. And most companies just stink at creating really, really good landing pages. So there's an opportunity for you. Some of the skills you'll need to know is number one is you'll have to understand the avatar or the target audience, and you'll want to understand their customer journey so you can speak to them. Number two is you'll want to understand landing page design. You'll want to understand conversion metrics and how they affect marketing and how a little bit of optimization can make a big difference. You'll do that with the understanding of analytics. And then it's really helpful to understand what they call A/B split or A/B testing. For Lead Pages Builder in the marketplace right now, the range of pay is wide. It's between $35 and $110 per hour. What we're seeing the average coming in at about 40 to 70. Next one is online course creator. This is a huge industry and it's growing so fast. And basically it's right now it's a $255 billion a year industry. Creating actual courses can be extremely difficult and time consuming. It can be very complex. You know, the nice thing about online course creators is that the people that want them done typically have budget, which translates to they're able to pay, they're long-term and they're stable. And quite frankly, there's just not enough good online course creators, so they're in high demand. Some of the skills you'll need, you'll want to understand learning management systems, LMSs. Instructional design sounds like a big word, but it really means just understanding the flow and how to best teach people. To have a specific expertise in a specific field is going to be very, very important. The ability to create quizzes and understand course layout and design and good navigation in the courses. By the way, you can get started at a very entry level here and be on the lower end of this range for pay. But the reality is once you get good, there will be more opportunities than you can shake a stick at. So the range is $25 to $90 an hour, and the average is about $30 to $65. The next opportunity we have here is called an ethical hacker. You've heard of hackers that get into computer systems, and what ethical hackers do is they proactively try to figure out what the bad guys are going to do and to put up blocks. Right now, there's a big shortage of ethical hackers. It's one of the highest paying and fastest growing fields that we're seeing out there. And there are actual certification courses available. What's good about this is that this space or industry is showing absolutely no sign of slowing down. Some of the skills you'll need are programming in computer networks, hacking techniques, logic and reasoning, and hijacking and spoofing. Again, there are courses and certifications that can help you here. We move over to the Ethical Hacker Pay. It was pretty interesting looking at this. What we saw was the range, $120 to $500, and that's real. There's people charging $300, $400, $450, $500 per hour to go in and assess the integrity of an organization's security, their digital security. The average we saw out there was $140 to $200 an hour. Again, a little bit more technical, perhaps a little bit more difficult to learn. But if you want to put your resources to it, you can figure it out in a relatively short period of time. And the demand is just huge. Camtasia specialist. Many of you probably know that YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet. The numbers of videos and hours watched on YouTube is just crazy. But the reality is, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000 pictures. And so Camtasia is a platform that is one of the most popular platforms for video editing, creating videos. It's quick to learn, and more importantly, it's easy to use. Some of the platforms out there can be very, very complex, not Camtasia. Virtually every company out there needs videos created. You know what? There's free training available. Skills that you'll need are basic video design, video and audio technology, and the ability to tell stories. The range for Camtasia Specialist is from $25 to $115 per hour, with most seeming to land in the $55 to $80 per hour range. Moving right along, we've got Shopify Store Builder. One of the things we like to do with our VBOs is to get them involved in industries that have what we call a installed user base. In other words, if there are 500,000 Shopify stores, you have an installed user base or prospect base of 500,000 or 500,000 different companies. There is free training available with this as well, directly from Shopify. It's easy to target your audience, and this is a quick to learn skill that is currently in very high demand. And again, with all these, we don't see this slowing down anytime soon. So skills you'll need to be a Shopify store builder. You'll want to understand web design. You'll want to understand user interface and navigation, which is so important in e-commerce. If you want to get into a little bit more of the complex and higher end stuff, you'll want to understand Shopify coding. You'll want to get a grasp of e-commerce operations. And then Shopify has a number of very, very powerful third-party integrations. And your clients will probably be asking you to do that. So either you need to know how to do that, or you need to be able to bring in somebody else who can help you with that. And by the way, if you do, you can probably make a margin on them as well. What we're seeing out there is Shopify store builders. They are charging between $45 and $100 per hour, with the average $55 to $95. That's a pretty wide range. And the difference between the $55 and the $95 obviously is the level of sophistication. The $95 an hour guys, they're the ones that know how to do major imports, integrations, customization, things like that. The last VBO opportunity we're going to be going over today is an Infusionsoft specialist. Infusionsoft is a kind of a marketing automation platform / CRM combined software as a service application. A lot of heavy-duty marketers and B2B companies use Infusionsoft. But the nice thing about being able to help companies with their marketing automation platforms is that almost nothing about a marketing automation platform is automated. They take a lot of work and they take a lot of maintenance. And so if you know how to set up the outbound sequences, the inbound sequences, the email sequences, all those things, if you know how to set them up really well, you are going to be in demand. Again, training and certification is available. And since a company operating their marketing automation platform is a long-term proposition, there's the ability to have clients stay around for months or years. Skills required, obviously, to know Infusionsoft is a platform, which doesn't take that long to learn. It takes a while to become an expert or an elite expert, but just to understand the basics of it doesn't take that long. Email marketing and design, conversion metrics, analytics, and what they call marketing funnel design. All of these you can take courses on. There's plenty of information available out there. From a pay standpoint, Infusionsoft specialists tend to range between $65 and $100 an hour, and we're seeing many of the good specialists in the $70 to $90 an hour. So those are 7 opportunities in our print report. We actually provide 10 different opportunities, so 3 more than we just went through. In addition, we have the ability to go into a little bit more depth. So we provide an overview of each opportunity, the skills required, training available, tools and resources, market size, and pay. Again, there are 3 additional opportunities in our print special report, which is really important to understand how it works and how you can leverage it to your advantage. And then finally, we have some information about how to become a leading VBO or virtual business owner. So with that said, thanks for joining us today. We look forward to talking to you soon.